Something's occurring in Springfield and it's up to us to figure out what it is and save the day. Welcome to Donut Team Gaming. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Kenny.
And we're playing The Simpsons Hit and Run. Let me tell you, Kenny, this is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Same here. Of course, I'm biased for a lot of reasons, but
so am I.
I think it's held up pretty well.
Oh, totally. And it's been 15 years since this game came out.
Yeah, the passage of time. Kind of baffles me.
I was like 3 years old when this game came out.
I love the little screwed up shadow they have right here in the bottom corner.
Yeah, and honestly,
it's like the only mistake in these 3D cinematics I've noticed.
And honestly, I feel bad for Liquid Wi-Fi, the world record runner of this game, because of how many times he has to listen to that cutscene.
Yeah.
So we start in Springfield, and we have to do the tutorial.
Somebody ate every dessert in the house. I need you to run to the store and pick up some of that ice cream with the miniature pies in it.
Well, must have been one of our kids. Probably Milhouse.
Oh, Homer, Milhouse isn't one of your kids.
What wacky hijinks will ensue today? So this is our first mission, the Cola Caper, technically referred to as Mission 0 in Level 1. It's going to be the only Mission 0 and out of the game's 7 levels.
And
it's notable for being the only mission where there's not any objective you can fail. So it's essentially just exploring the game's overworld at your own leisure.
And it's also the only level of the game you can't replay.
Yeah, only mission you can't replay, rather.
So in here we have to talk to Apu and get more ice cream.
Hey, Apu, give me a cola and I need another bucket of ice cream with mini pies.
What happened to the ice cream with mini pies your wife bought this morning?
I probably ate it. I don't remember stuff too good.
Go ahead and get the ice cream, and our mission is complete according to the disembodied voice of Bart Simpson, and we go back to the Simpsons household.
But
we could go ahead and explore the Quickie Mart,
where we can activate.
You know what? I feel like being a gosh darn expedienturer. Yeah, that's a word.
And in the Quickie Mart, we have the first appearance of gags, in which you can activate to get a percentage on your game. And there's a total of 4 or 5 in the Quickie Mart, such as Jasper in the freezer, the silent alarm,
the squishy vendor,
the ATM,
Larry the looter.
I think we have to. Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, you can't reach it from the other side.
Really? There we go. And another notable one is Larry the Looter, which is a weird cutscene.
Yeah, the little FMV.
However, we're going to be skipping it.
Yeah, we kind of seen this stuff before, but it's not the most interesting gag.
And we also have costumes in which you can purchase with the Buzz Cola coins. And you can do Homer Casual, Homer and his Moo, or Homer in the Stonecutter's Chosen One.
Yep.
However, we will not be buying a costume because we have no money. Alright. So we leave the Quickie Mart and we have to drive back to the Simpsons house to talk to Marge.
Yeah, but at this point, we understand the car to a T. What an excellent tutorial, Radical Entertainment.
And
in all seriousness, it's a really nice tutorial that not having any objectives you can actually fail gives you... making this a mission gives you a sense of accomplishment without, actually doing much, but it still gives you this nice... lets you experiment with... how the game's mechanics will work. And Hit and Run is pretty basic as far as open world Grand Theft Auto-esque games go.
So here we activate level 1, which is our first real mission, and includes the first race mission as well. You have to race Principal Skinner and give Lisa her science project in time. Yep, I just forgot to grab it.
Oh man, we would have had to play the optional alternate mission where Marge would have had to given Homer the science project to give to Lisa.
So you can do a playground skit right around here to get to the Quickie Mart area faster. And it really cuts a lot of time, and a lot of speedrunners use this tactic to cut some time off their playthrough. And
Yeah, and
we're
that's
going.
kind of the because of how hit and runs like objectives are laid out. A lot of them involve like focusing on the most optimal like time saving strategies because there is some AI car interaction, but usually what you'll be doing is racing against the clock or racing against a couple of AI cars.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
so
we
those
have.
little time savers are all the more handy.
You can
We got a
activate.
couple more gags here. We got
Yep.
the fire alarm.
And you can also press this for the fire extinguisher, and then you can also press this little, I'd say, a doorbell option to hear Principal Skinner, but I don't know how that's possible because we just raced him here.
Yeah. Well, there was a time lapse with that iris wipe.
Makes sense.
Thanks for bringing me my model of the digestive system. Hey, where's the gallbladder?
I got hungry and it was a pig.
It was modeling clay.
No.
By the way, Dad, Mom called. She says she needs to talk to you at home before you go to work.
Oh, that was too easy.
Do you think that the modeling clay line is a reference to where Homer gets overweight and he eats modeling clay to reach the 300 pounds?
That sounds
That sounds yeah.
very plausible. Very plausible. Given what references Radical
Yeah.
slipped in. Like Hit and Run has a lot of like these little gags, like hidden in its dialogue, its
Mhm.
world design. Everything has, in like every corner, there's like this. There are a bunch of nice little gags like tucked in that reference the TV show. And
Yeah, and we just passed one of those, which was the Casanova Apartments, which it was the home of the bowler that tried to seduce Marge back in the early seasons.
yeah, life in the fast lane.
Life in the fast lane, that's right. Little known fact about this is that in Road Rage, Marge has the option to actually visit the Casanova Suites or apartments, which is kind of weird considering you know he lives there. So we go into the house and we start the next mission again.
Homer, go talk to Ned Flanders. He seems miffed and PO.
Why me? I'm the world's weirdest neighbor. I even have a mug to that effect.
And a mug which you probably stole from Flanders. So we go across to the next house and we talk to Ned Flanders to start the next mission.
I'm all in a dither, Homer. So many of my possessions have disappeared. I called the police to find the culprit.
Culprit, eh?
My lawnmower, my cooler, my lawn chair, a family portrait, even Rod's inhaler. What kind of sick individual would take this stuff?
Oh no, I borrowed all of Flanders' stuff. Quick, think of an excuse to get out of here. Excuse me, I think I have to go shuck some corn.
Oh,
Petty
Homer.
theft, Homer. And this is the very first mission in the game that actually includes some timers, and we're going to be seeing a lot of these.
Especially with level 5 and the trash mission.
Never trust a snake. That's going to be fun.
Oh,
once we get to it.
I've never played that mission before, actually. You can handle that one. Don't worry.
All right.
What's next? Flanders' cooler.
Oh.
I gave it to Barney.
Nope. Move stop sign. Go.
You remember that cooler I gave you for your birthday? Well, Flanders wants it back. Now what will I use for a toilet?
Gross. Okay, let's just do this one. So in Hit and Run,
And just like gosh darn Grand Theft Auto, you can steal / borrow traffic cars.
but it's not stealing considering you're in the passenger seat.
Yeah, well, according to Bart, in the console version tutorials, like, Springfield owes a lot to The Simpsons. This is why this is allowed to happen.
Yeah.
Where did I leave that?
why Rod's inhaler is on top of the duff truck is not specifically explained, but it is a very odd place to be.
But you know, while we're here, I feel like stretching my legs and yeah. Oh God, you read my mind. You read
Yep.
my mind. Oh, what the heck is that thing?
It's
Jesus.
a level wasp, and you can get
Oh my
them
goodness,
to get
that looks like the thing
more.
in the F&B we saw.
Yeah,
Good Lord. Oh, you think there are more like these all over Springfield?
at
Ned
least
Flanders?
20. At least 20.
Mm,
And
that's a very
there's
specific. That's a very specific number.
yeah, and there's these Buzz Cola crates where you can get more Buzz Cola coins. And above this vent right here is the collector card, which is
Collector
one of
card.
7. And this
Yeah, there are 7 collector cards in each level. Each again has a nice little reference to a
the
specific episode. Like
and
each card contains an item
and it
referencing a specific episode.
and it references the specific character that we are playing as.
Yeah. So like the crab juice has a link to Homer in the episode that it appears in, and that's the name of the game for all the collector cards present in the game.
So after we finish this mission, we have to talk to Ned Flanders again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, about the reward.
Thanks, neighbor Rooney. Here's your reward. A prayer from the Lord's #1 fan. Our Father in heaven, bless this noble...
Nobody wants to hear that. Let's be real here.
Stupid Flanders finding happiness in religion.
Yeah, who does that?
Let's go ahead and head back to the Simpsons house. Clearly, we don't want to listen to Ned. Ned becomes completely irrelevant after this mission. We never see him again until
we
the
don't.
very end of the game.
We don't.
He's just as friendly as he was when we initially met him.
Yeah, except he barricaded his house. If nobody knows,
Well, that's for good reason, but we're gonna figure that out later. For now, let's live in the present. All is good. Evergreen is sunny, bright, colorful, cheery. Nothing can ruin today, except maybe those wasps. All 19 of them, but I'm sure we can get rid of the rest.
Indeed. And we will be doing an episode where we will be doing the rest of the wasps, if in case we miss them in level 1, along with the collector cards and whatnot. So look forward to that.
Hey, Homer, how about a breakfast churro?
No time. Tell me where to find Mr. Smithers.
Yeah, I think I saw him at the Quickie Mart. More breakfast churros for Lenny.
I'm gonna need a car with a little more junk in the trunk if I'm gonna take him out. I wonder if Barney still has the plow kit.
And this is where we get our first vehicle requirement in the game, as you need to purchase the Plow King from Barney to start the next mission. And I have no idea how many coins we have, so I'm going to be collecting a few. And we don't have enough, so we can get these Buzz Cola coin boxes and the vending machine over here, which I hit earlier.
Yep, as soon as they popped up, Springfield switched to this currency.
Yeah, which is so weird. There's also another one over here that we can hit, along with another crate. And that gives us about to 200, so that's good for us, since we have enough money to buy the Plow King. We're going to switch over here.
Barney, can I borrow the Plow King?
Take what you want, sexy leprechaun. Just don't shoot me with that dart gun. Oh.
Whatever.
Well, we must be extra sexy because we're making it rain on this end of the rainbow.
We sure are.
Let's do this thing.
So
Now,
we
got
need
our Plow Cane here, and this is our first optional car. So basically, the game has this nice little phone booth system. You can purchase cars. You get cars when you enter a new level, and you can win cars through street races and bonus missions. And then you can basically call them at any point in the game by using the phone booths scattered around the level, which are marked on the
Not to mention the
Oh,
fact that
that-
there is also a secret vehicle in each of the levels.
Yep. But
Oh.
those we cannot keep permanently. So there's sort of
Exactly.
they're
So
much like the traffic cars, where they're one time.
a good trick is to trap Smithers in this little area over here, which I don't think we're going to be able to do. Yeah, we're not going to be able to. So that's a bummer. So we have to destroy Smithers' car with the Plow King before he gets to the power plant. And I don't know why we're doing this. In fact, that's incredibly illegal. Bad for us.
Well, we're taking advice from Smithers himself. If nobody saw it, it's not illegal.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah, he does.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's
He has some absolutely great lines, but unfortunately, we're not going to hear many of them right now. Smithers has got a temporary, he's got to go for a little bit.
if we can stop that right here, and he can back up and he can keep slamming himself into an area, which is good because we can trap him in here and he can just end up destroying himself. However, that is becoming very slow, and we do need to hurry this up. There is no set time. Is there a set timer on any of the destroy missions?
For this particular one, no. It's actually different from all the other destruction base stages we're going to be seeing later, where this one is sort of a race condition. Like, what happens is that if Smithers gets to the power plant with his car still intact, then he wins and you fail the mission.
Mhm.
Every other car destruction based objective in the
We got
game
him.
is not like this.
So now we have to drive to the Springfield power plant and get to our shift at 9 to 5, am I right?
9 to 5.
So I'm
All
actually
day,
going to be
every day.
switching out to
Yeah,
the...
this is Barney's car. Let's not damage his car any further. He might get upset once
Exactly. Though we haven't
once
seen
the
him...
beer starts to wear off.
Though we haven't seen
I
him,
mean,
you know,
knowing Barney.
use the car
I
for
don't
a
know.
while.
I don't know. I just don't like taking chances. I don't
Yeah,
like taking
exactly.
chances. If I'm gonna gamble, it's gonna be with my own car in my own life. You know?
Yeah.
One life to live.
Living like Larry, they say.
Living like Larry.
That's not even a Simpsons. That's not even a Simpsons quote.
Well, SpongeBob is universal.
It is. It really is.
Much like The Simpsons.
It sure is.
I think it's absolutely fair to say that Homer Simpson is living
Like Larry.
God bless.
So you can cut through the barn over here to get a shortcut around
And
the
did
area.
you notice that those shortcuts are marked by crusty glass? Huh.
Yeah, it's like we're not supposed to go through it. So we stop in here.
Oh, right. We made it to our shift and only killed a couple of people.
A few people. So in here we have a few gags that we can activate.
Unfortunately, we're going to be doing this mission first.
Yeah. We can actually activate it currently.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Screen shaking.
There's a human skeleton. So in this mission we have to defeat the power couplings from doing their jobs, because Homer is a complete sociopath.
I mean, no, his motivations are clear. He just doesn't want sexy girls watching him on the internet.
That's a pretty good motivation.
I think that's a cause worth fighting for.
It sure is. Okay, so what we can do here is we can double jump right here and activate this thing and keep going.
Yep, this is a really fun little platforming section that kind of introduces you to the game's limited but appreciated platforming, where you can get out of your car, stretch a little, kind of do things at sort of your own pace. There aren't as many missions focused around platforming as this one,
Mhm.
but that's kind of for the better. Like, platforming is more for secret exploring. Cars are kind of where the meat of the action in this game lies, in my opinion.
So we finished destroying all the objects in this, but I
All
am
that chatterbox
personally
going on.
going to go over here so we can get something to the side. Over here is another power card. Oh, my bad. Oh, third time's a charm, am I right? There we go. It's not said how those platforms right there are able to go up and down like elevators, but it is crazy. And here we have the carbon rod, which is featured in every single episode of The Simpsons in the theme song. As Homer gets it stuck to him, and he traverses back home with it on him.
Yep.
So we go back into our office, do our shift.
Yep.
Mindless drones, return to your ugly families.
King of the world!
2-minute shifts. Either that or Homer was really late and nobody noticed.
Probably the second one.
I mean, I like to be optimistic. I like to
Yeah,
think
I
Homer is
gotcha.
a very good person. I mean,
So we can hit that and get more coins, and that would just traverse back home.
Yeah.
But before that, I want to grab the gag over here, in which we only get to do at a certain amount of times, which is first of 2. So we are driving back to the Simpsons house to start the next mission. We can take a shortcut over here between this silo. That's a silo, right? And, oh, there we go. So that's the Springfield Tire Fire, and we need a certain amount of momentous speed to jump across it, as we did not just now, so we couldn't have. We can also take a shortcut through this trailer park like we did before, and get back home a lot faster. So, and also the cemetery right here is also a good. Oh, that's weird. It's also a good shortcut to get us back to where we
another
need to go.
shortcut marked by Krusty Glass.
And we can cut the corner right here to get home a little faster. And we get right here. So we come inside, and we get back in. But before that, we would like to end the episode here, and we will start the mission next episode.
Homer deserves a break as much as we do. Kick back, enjoy your Duff beer, man. We are enthusiastic. You're here for the ride with us.
And this has been an episode of The Simpsons Hit and Run on Donut Team Gaming. We hope you will join us next time. And I've been Tyler.
I'm Kenny.
And we will see you around. Bye, everyone.
See you around.